Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. I'm sure you could tell by my face that this is going to be the dust collectors get ready with me. The eyebrows are on, the makeup is not. That means we're doing a get ready with me. I do this every month in collaboration with 3 other people. The first one is Verity, her channel is Red Dirt and Stardust. The second one is Kim from Teacher Loves Beauty, and the third one is Amy from Curly Loves Beauty and Books. I think I got them all right this time. Their channels will be linked down below, and it would be great if you check them out and subscribe to their channels if you like their content. All of the products that I pulled out for today's Get Ready With Me came straight out of the winter Shop My Stash basket that I filmed just a couple days ago. So if you're wondering where these products came from, they came from my Shop My Stash for winter. I'm really excited to try out some of these products. A lot of them have either never been used or haven't been used in a million years. So I'm looking forward to playing with them. I do have quite a few cream products on already. I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I do have some foundation on, not a lot. I have some cream bronzer on, some cream blush, some cream highlight, some concealer, and of course, the brows. I did pull one other cream product to show you for today, so let's start with that first before we get into all the rest of the powder products that I pulled. The cream product is not an oldie, it's actually a new one, but I wanted to try out this Julep. I have a fuzz stuck to my finger. This Julep eyeshadow stick in the shade Putty. I think this is kind of like a dupe for Painterly from MAC, but I don't know because I've never tried Painterly and I've never tried this. So let's see how this works. I did swatch these and they really stuck to my hands quite well. You need a makeup remover to take these off, so I think there's some good potential here, but I haven't actually tried them yet. So I thought I would show you guys what I think of this first. Julep did send several products out to me as PR, and this was one of them. So thank you to Julep for sending me this eyeshadow base. I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Let's do that right now. And let's scoot you in. I have some creasing from my concealer. So this is a shade. It's kind of like a cool toned, pinky, skin colored shade. I have some creasing on my eyelids too. Creasing is the bane of my existence. I don't know if you could see that at all, but I did get a light coating from my lashes up to just above my crease. It feels very soft and smooth. And I'm curious to see if this sets down or if it creases at all. So we'll do the rest of my face for a minute and we'll come back and see if this creased at all. Hopefully it didn't. Okay, I have pulled my IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination in the shade Medium for today's Get Ready With Me. It looks like a nice light shade and I'm pretty pale right now. I'm having a hard time figuring out how to get the best match. I just feel lately like everything I apply is a little bit too dark, so hopefully this isn't too dark. I want to try this out, and I'm wondering if maybe applying it over some of the other cream products will help them not be too prominent. I feel like sometimes even if I get the foundation spot on, if I apply some cream bronzer on top of that, it's too dark. So I have my e.l.f. Complexion powder brush, my e.l.f. Complexion brush. I think it used to say the words complexion brush on it, but that is completely rubbed off. But I think that's what this is called. And like I said, I do have just the slightest amount of foundation on, but I used the last of what I was working on, and so it didn't cover my face entirely. It was just a very light coating. So I'm going to be applying this kind of like a foundation, not a setting powder. So while I'm doing that, how's this color looking? Is it a little too yellow? Hopefully it's not. I wanted to tell you guys that last night I started getting some messages on YouTube for one of my worm videos. I know I haven't posted about my worms in a really long time. I'm still doing the worm farming. They're okay, they're doing all right. But this is too dark. I'm gonna have to take this down my neck. How am I so pale? How can I be this pale? How is that possible? Yeah, definitely too dark. And somebody starts posting some questions about my worm bins, and I got really excited because the thought of somebody taking interest in worms is exciting. I know, it's weird, but I start answering these questions, and I'm gonna throw up a little video because I took I screen grabbed the conversation so that you guys could read it. Now, in my defense, I was about 2 glasses into a bottle of rosé at this point, so I may have missed some obvious cues, but I'm gonna leave this up here while I put this foundation down my entire neck so you could read it for yourself. Good Lord, I'm pale. Once I woke up in the morning and reread that conversation, I'm beginning to think he wasn't talking about worms at all. What do you think? I think I got pranked. So anyways, I had a good laugh this morning by that conversation. When I reread it this morning, I was like, I think all the signs were there last night and I just wasn't picking up on it. But I don't think that person was talking about worms at all. So thank you for the laugh, Jesse. You got me. You got me good. I'm a fool. I have a lot of powder foundations and I've never really panned any of them. And I'm thinking, as I'm trying to think about what products I want to work on for next year, I'm wondering if I should attempt to finish off a powder foundation. Aside from the fact that this was a little too dark, I actually like the way it looks. I don't know how I can be so pale. I feel a lot more comfortable with the idea of taking a powder foundation down my neck than I do a liquid foundation, so that will help with the no matching issue. Creasing in the eyelids. All right, I wasn't sure if I was gonna need this at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes with this Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. These powders have not been in a project for months, but I'm still using them every single day. I'll show you my little pans. Look at that. I'll have to see what I can pull out next. When I finished my Hourglass, I think it was called Diffused Light, my thought was, there's nothing like this that I have. I need to go out and rebuy it. There's no dupes for this. And then I started working on this and I thought, oh, this is just as good. I like this a lot too. And now that I'm getting the thought of that one day these will be gone, I'm already thinking like, I have nothing that I could possibly use. I'm gonna have to go back and buy the Hourglass. But I'll shop my stash first and see if there's anything that I can use. I like to mix them both together. At first, when I first apply this powder, my under eyes can look a little bit dry. But I feel like overall, the dryness goes away eventually and it just looks really bright and I like it. I like it a lot. I only pulled 2 bronzers for my Shop My Stash, so for today we're gonna use my little sample of Bare Minerals, the Skinny Dip. It is the, I think it's the darker of the 2. And that's it, right there. The other one was that little e.l.f. one that has 4 shades in it. 4 shades of bronze. Still working on my butter bronzer, so that's going into 2022, unfortunately. I haven't repressed it yet, but I need to. So I think this is going to be going up on the 24th. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. I'm so excited. Kids are so excited. We're all so excited. For highlight, I pulled good old Mary Lou. We're gonna try Mary Lou for the first time in a million years. I said in that video that this was my first highlighter, and I think I used it a couple times and thought, this is too good to use. So I put it away and never used it again, because that's the way my brain works sometimes. I'm also going to apply that on my brow bone as well, so I'll start there. With my little Sonia Kashuk brush. I love this for my brow bone highlight. Sometimes I use it for an inner corner highlight, but it is so good. The kids are on the other side of this room watching some TV, so if you hear something, it's them.
Are you sure we're on the other side of the room?
I was kind of sure a minute ago, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, yeah. What a gorgeous highlighter. Just beautiful. And for blush, I'm going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Flush. This is that Emily Noel Just In From the Cold recommendation blush. When I swatched this one next to the Too Faced blush, I was a little surprised that the Too Faced blush actually looked a little bit cooler than this one, because this looks straight up like cool tone pink, but it looked a little bit warmer in the swatches. I don't know, did any of you guys think that when you saw that video? That's what I was thinking. And of course, when we're just coming in from the cold, we gotta put some blush on the nose. I'm gonna keep it a little higher. Maybe a little bit on the forehead. What do you think? Brr. Okay, and the palette I decided to pull for today's video is Fame from Colourpop. This is a palette I have never used even once. I am so embarrassed to say that, but yes, I've never used it even once. This is what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, let's see what happens. I think I mentioned 5,000 times in my Shop My Stash for winter that what I'm really going for is taupes and pinks, and this palette has a lot of taupes and pinks, so let's do it. I think I'm going to start with this shade right here called Stardom. It looks to have a little bit more pinkiness than Razzle, which is this one right here. Clubhouse might be the coolest of the three. I don't know, it's hard to say. It is hard to say what I'm looking at, to be honest. And of course, this doesn't have a mirror, so I'm going to use my another palette for the mirror. Are you in close enough? All right, after wiping that initial creasage out of the way, there's no new creasing, I don't think. This could be like a 2-shadow look. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I should have grabbed a lighter shade to set this Julep eyeshadow stick. It's a little bit tacky. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this shade right here called Delirium and just brush it, dust it all over my eyelid really quickly because I feel like my brush is really sticking. Okay, that seems a little bit better. I hope. So I am hosting a Christmas dinner for my immediate family on Christmas Day. On Christmas Eve, we're just gonna go over to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house on my husband's side and visit them. My husband goes there every Friday night, every week with the kids anyways. They play Dungeons and Dragons. So we're just gonna go over there and
I'm 9th level.
hang out. I don't know what I think about that shade. I was hoping it was gonna pull a lot more pink and it just kind of looks brown. I'm going to grab, did I bring a pencil brush? Not really, I'll take this one. This is my pointed crease brush from Makeup Geek, and I'm just gonna run that same shade on my lower lash line. So on Saturday, which is actually Christmas Day, my mom and my dad, my two brothers and my sister-in-law are all coming over and we're gonna hang out and do Christmas. Is my house clean yet? No. Am I ready? No. No, I'm not. After I get done filming this video and another video, it's go time, baby. I gotta get going. I like that shadow on my lower lash line. It's very pretty. I think I'm kind of regretting not grabbing this shade, but whatever, I'll have to try that next time. But for my eyelid, I think I'm going to go with this shade, which I think is the coolest out of these 4 taupey shades. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try this on my eyelid. And I'm just going to apply it with my finger because that's what I always do. I'm in taupey heaven. Oh, I love that. Wow, that is so beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab this purpley shade down here and just smoke out the lower lash line a little. I might regret that, but we'll see. I don't feel like that purple is coming off too dark. I was worried it was gonna be like a super blackened purple, but I don't feel like it's the blackest purple ever. I mean, it's still like a blackened purple, but I don't feel like I've lost complete control of this eyeshadow look yet. The night is still young though. think I'm done. I think I like it. I think it's wintry. All right, I'm going to throw on some mascara, some eyeliner, and I'm gonna do something with my hair, and I will be right back. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I applied some eyeliner and mascara. I did a little something with my hair. I also forgot to mention that before I applied eyeliner and mascara, I did set my face with the Milani Make It Dewy. This was in my winter shop my stash. This is a dewy setting spray. There's something kind of like oily feeling in it. And I cannot use this in the summer. So today is probably the first time I've used this since like April. And it's about halfway gone. I would love to finish it off this winter. I don't know if I can or not, but I used it today. Yeah, I think you could kind of see the glow. I think it's there. So that just leaves us with lips. I decided to just pull out my NYX Butter Gloss in Eclair. I don't know if I've ever used this even once, but I'm probably going to be eating lunch within the next hour or so, so I didn't want to go all out with a full lip product today because I'm just gonna eat it. And I've never used this even once. The container is completely clean. Still smells amazing. Yeah. This is making all my cool toned pink dreams come true. I love it. I do feel like the blush ended up looking kind of like a warm blush, even though you saw how cool it was. My skin just pulls really warm for blushes. My neck still looks lighter than the rest of my face. Let's do a quick rundown of the products I pulled for today's Get Ready With Me. First of all, I have the IT Cosmetics powder foundation I used. I haven't used powder foundation in a long time. I have several. I need to pan at some point. I've been focusing more on the liquid and cream foundations because I feel like they'll go bad first. But I would like to pan a powder foundation maybe this coming summer. I don't know. I thought this was really good. I like the way it looks on my skin. The shade medium is a little bit dark for me at this time of year, but I brought it all the way down my neck and I think it's okay. What do you think? I think it was all right. I still think my brows are a little too much in charge. I'm not sure why. Next, I used my Bare Minerals bronzer in the Skinny Dip. Luckily, I really like this because I have several of these, maybe 3 of these across different palettes, plus the sample. So it's a good thing I don't mind the shade too much. I think it's a pretty good tone and a depth for my skin tone at this time of year. I liked it. It blended out really nicely. Yeah, not too cool, not too warm. I prefer red tone bronzers, you guys know that, but most bronzers are not red tone, so I'm trying to work with what I have. Next is the Mary Luminizer highlighter. Why has this just been sitting untouched in my drawer? I love it. It is beautiful. I absolutely love this. I'm really glad I used this for today. Next is the Flush from Tarte Cosmetics. I don't know, do I look like I just came in from the cold? I feel like it just looks like a peachy pinky blush on me at this point. Maybe a little bit cool toned, but I don't think it's as cool toned as I was expecting it to look, but it blended out nicely. I love these Tarte blushes. I have a whole bunch of them, so that's good. I can't imagine panning an entire full-size Tarte blush. That's too overwhelming to even think about, so I won't think about that, but I have a bunch of Tarte blushes to get through in my lifetime, ideally. Next is my Julep shadow stick. I don't know why I didn't start with this, but I should have. This is the Julep shadow stick I used as an eye base today. I really like this. It was a little bit sticky, so I do recommend that you pair a similar colored eyeshadow with this to set it in your crease area. I think that stickiness is really good for helping the lid shade to stick, but when you're trying to blend out your crease, you probably don't want it to stick too much, so just run a powder of a similar shade through your crease before you get started on your eye look. But I think this is great for helping a lid shade to really pop on the eyelid with this as a base, and I really liked it. I'll have to get more information throughout the day as far as how my eyeshadow wears, but I'm glad I tried this. I really enjoyed it. Next is the main feature of this Get Ready With Me, and that is the Fame eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. I don't know why today is the first time I've been using this palette. I've had this palette for a billion years. I think this might be one of the last Colourpop palettes I ever bought. It was right around the time that I bought this that I realized that no matter how hard I tried, I could not keep up with the Colourpop releases. And oh my gosh, they've released so many palettes since this. I wanted the orangey toned one that went with this. What was it called? The Fortune palette? Fame and Fortune, I think. And even right then I realized like I can't buy both. Like I can't do it. But this is a very cool toned taupey palette, which was exactly what I was looking for. I'm very happy with this eye look. I was looking for something, I was pretty much looking for exactly what I got out of this. Yeah. I'm very happy with this eye look. I love it very much. So just as a reminder, the shades I used were this. I used this one to set my eyeshadow base in the crease. I used this one in the crease. I used this one all over my lid, and I used this one in the outer V. It's perfect. Next, I used my Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. I've used this a million times. I've said this before. This is a great setting spray for the winter. I cannot use this during the summer. I cannot use this when the humidity is like over a certain percentage. I don't know what that percentage is, but I can feel it. I can feel when I cannot possibly use this on my face. And once that time comes, I just have to wait till it gets dry again. But I do think this is a really good setting spray if you have very dry skin, or if it's a time of year where the climate is very dry. I would recommend this. That's a very small window for me in the area that I live with the skin that I have. Otherwise, I'm usually kind of oily and I don't need a dewy setting spray. So I don't know if I'll repurchase this once I eventually finish it, but for this time of year, I do enjoy pulling it out and using it and giving my skin a little bit more glow. And finally, we have my NYX Butter Gloss in Eclair. I like it. It's just a cool toned pinky lip gloss, but I think it's exactly what I needed for this look today, and I'm really glad to finally have used this one time. That's ridiculous. I've had this forever. It still smells great. It feels great. I should put it in a project. I should put all of this in a project. I say that every month. All right, I think this is going to be it for this Get Ready With Me. I feel like I didn't chat very much. I had to show you guys that conversation though. What do you guys think? Did I get pranked? I think I got pranked. I don't think he was talking about worms at all. I am going to finish filming a couple more videos. I gotta run to the grocery store and buy some food to cook for Saturday. And I need to clean this whole house from top to bottom, so I need to go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. Don't forget to check out Verity, Amy, and Kim. Their channels will be listed down below. And I think that's everything. I will see you in the next one. Bye.